burning question for most buyers out there, especially new home buyers, right? First time home buyers. And it's, how much house can I afford? Especially the ones who've just gotten that really great job and, and they're here with their coworkers and we're making over $100,000 a year. And they're like, hey, so where do you live? What did your house cost? And they're getting all this and they're thinking, oh, well, that must mean I can afford this house, but it's not always true. Sometimes it is. What is it? How do people know what they can actually afford?
Okay, let's see how much they can afford. So there are two parts to it, I would say. First is how lenders look at it, right?
Okay.
So what do we look at? How do we calculate how much money we can give someone? So we'll look at, first of all, it's important for us to know what the down payment amount is going to be, right? Because if someone wants to buy a house for 800,000 and they put zero money down versus 20% down or 5%, it's gonna be different numbers. Less you put down, higher the monthly payment is going to be.
Okay.
Right? So, and we'll look at that to income ratio calculation. That's why we need to know the down payment amount. So because then we know what loan amount we're talking about. And debt to income ratio, or DTI for short, is percentage of gross income that goes towards monthly obligations. Someone makes 10,000 a month and allowed DTI, let's say, is 45%, or oftentimes we can go to 50 even, $5,000 maximum monthly obligations that include, mortgage payment, future mortgage payment, and current payments on credit cards, car loans, whatever they might have. So that's what we look at. But we look at the gross income. And as we know, the gross income is not the same as net income, right?
Right.
Net income is after taxes, and also depends on what percentage people allocate to 401k or whatever else they might have. So they bring home less than 10,000, right? So, and we don't really know the spending habits of the client. So the second part would be the buyer needs to determine what comfortable payment they're going to have. They want to have, right? Because I can see that they're very conservative with their credit. Maybe they have no credit card debt, no car loans, but I don't know, maybe they have a expensive childcare, and that could be expensive. Or they take kids to private schools, or maybe they just like to shop at Louis Vuitton store in Galleria, or
Marketplace.
or they have expensive hobbies like, I don't know, sports car racing, and I don't know what golfing could be very expensive also, right? So that's why one thing is, when I tell the client, you qualify for this amount and your payment is going to be X, your payment is going to be 7,000. And I see a lot of clients that actually qualify for more than they want to spend. So that's an important question. I ask them what payment you're going to be comfortable with and you don't want to exceed. And a lot of cases, clients don't have the answer. So I say, okay, this is your homework, because they need to determine, because the last thing we want is for them to be house poor, right? So you live in this nice house, but you didn't eat for a week. So we need to make sure that they're going to be comfortable, and they need to be sure they're comfortable. That's the question that they need to ask themselves. And sometimes I actually recently had a situation when a client, they know what they want. They want the payment not to exceed $3,500, but they also like this house that give with that price range and down payment amount. The payment is $4,000. So it's more than they want to spend because they have a budget and it's too much. But then they have to lower their search by about $50,000 or maybe even more. So what I suggest people sometimes to do is maybe eliminate some other debt. For example, like this client, they have a car loan with $500 payment on it, and the balance is $15,000. So pay off your car. You're gonna spend only $15,000, but you're gonna free up that $500 that you're right now over your budget with this property. But the property is 5,000, and to be in 3,500 payment, they need to lower their surge by 50,000 or so. So instead of lowering your surge by 50,000, you just pay $15,000. But I'm talking about lowering the surge by 50,000. You just pay 15, and you're gonna be where you wanted to be.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, and that's where it's big to come and talk to their loan officer, with who has the big picture at this point, to say, look, these are the little buttons we can move around to help you meet your goals.
Yep.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah, and a lot of buyers don't think about that. A lot of people wouldn't think about that. They're looking only at one category versus looking at the whole financial picture. You know, and in the example you just gave, it's almost like they're spending $15,000 to be able to buy $50,000 worth of house, and it's
Exactly.
that's a fair.
That's the most cost-effective way. That's what I like to do, and that's the fun part of my job, that to be creative and to be more cost-effective. Because why it happens like this? They pay 15,000 and it frees up 50,000 for them.
Right.
Because on the mortgage payment, it's spread over 30 years, right? So when you spend $10,000 on a mortgage, or increased or decreased the mortgage by $10,000, it changes your payment by only $60.
Yeah.
When here with this car loan of $15,000 balance, the payment was $500. So it's a huge difference, and this is the most cost-effective way to get where you want with the least money out of your pocket.
Yeah, that's true. And especially your house is going to appreciate, whereas your car is depreciating.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes, that's perfect. Thank you. I'm gonna also say that to my clients.
Yeah. We had someone who, you know, one of the things they spent their monthly income on was like a warehouse or something, where they would go and do like workshop stuff, whatever it was, right? And it was like, I think a few $100s a month anyway. But this house that they all fell in love with was a little bit out of their price range, but it had something where, oh, you know what? I don't need that anymore, because there was like this amazing workspace in the house. So sometimes being willing to go over that like, look, okay, this is a little bit higher, but could we creatively get rid of these other
or
monthly
storage unit,
but
if the house has storage, just different options.
Yeah, I like it.
I like
so now
it.
when somebody asks us that question, we send them to Tatiana.
We always send everybody to Tatiana.
That's right. All right.
Yeah, good. Do you have any special anecdotes?
You know, I'm anecdoted out today.
Oh.
Yeah.
It must have been a week. I've been here for it.
Yeah, it's been one of those days.
Yeah.
All right.
Anything else for us, Tatiana?
No, that's it. Just have a great weekend, and I will see you next week.
All right, you too.
Okay. Oh, wait, how do they get in touch with you? Do you have a slide?
Oh, yeah. No, I don't have a slide.
Yeah.
Again, but my number is 571-245-3000.
All right.
Very good.
We'll see you next.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.